What is up, everybody? Mikey Der Panzernator here with a World of Warships replay for you. Queen Elizabeth. Good old British Sky Cancer. No, it's not Sky Cancer. Fire Cancer? Yeah, Sky Cancer would be a carrier. Like, the Enterprise is probably Sky Cancer. If I, could play carriers with half-decent amount of skill. Let's see. Yeah, the audio's fine. So here we are with our fantastic consolation prize camouflage for the Christmas containers. There we go. And we got a pretty hefty division of Bama, Bismarck, and a Nelson. Bold strategy. That Nelson could have been brought up into a tier 10 game, but the derp division is not meant to be. However, speaking of derp divisions, that Koenig, man, oh man, that's a tough break. And then there's a Lyon, but I'll talk about him later. Now that is how you do a tease. JK, I can't do a tease to save my life. I just play video games, and maybe I do cliffhangers pretty well in like Star Wars or whatever. But why am I playing this? Okay, yeah. So this is just I'm playing my session. I recently was grinding up to the North Carolina to get to the Iowa, and I unlocked the Iowa, and I'm like, okay, well, time to retrain the captain for the Iowa. So I'm having my captain my Alabama. That game went very poorly. So then I'm like, well, you know what? I should work up some of the other ones. So I try my Gneiss now. That game went very poorly. That game, I was like going towards one of the flags, towards one of the caps. It was on two brothers, and we were coming from the top, and I was going left towards A. I think it's the same arrangement as it is here, except two giant islands instead of this nonsense. But can I make the map bigger? Yes, I can. Let's do that. No, let's leave like giant map. Let's leave the map giant. Probably helps y'all out. But anyway, so I was going and keeping bow on, going slowly, just trying to rain down fire, hoping some people would come to help me out. And they weren't coming to help me out, and I realized, you know what? I need a bail. And of course, as soon as I turn, torpedoes incoming, and I just eat a bunch of, if you or someone I tap 1 or tap 2 torpedoes. Well, that's the exact feeling, and I died. So then, you know what? Let's take the Queen Elizabeth out for a spin. Let's use the British HE Cancer nonsense. And Mr. Azeri, lady. Good stuff. Getting a little bit more support in this game than I did in those other ones. Of course, I'm only going to describe them. Those were just immediately deleted out of anger. Nor should they ever be seen in the light of day. How quickly that game went to shit. Alabama finishes off Algeria. And we got ourselves a battle, boys and girls. We've got ourselves a fight for A. There's a Benson, I think, hanging around, and I'm not a fan of that. And there's also Tirpitz. I'm trying to give the Tirpitz, again, just cancer. Just British HE Cancer. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So, there we go. His clan tag is Kuma. So maybe I could citadel him. If his clan tag is Kuma, can he be citadeled as well as a real Kuma? Asking for a friend. There's a Nelson coming up. I realize, you know what? British HE Cancer's for everyone. I mean, he's dishing it out, so I might as well give it back to him. Firing, trying to get a good lead, and actually pretty decent. Yeah, those are good shots. In terms of the lead. Now, up and down. Yeah, that's pretty good. 10K and a fire. I will take it. And he's going to let it burn. So, very, very nice. Counts Morbida. Count Morbida. I don't know. Reading these people's names is always like just something I do. I've never noticed their names whenever I'm playing. But when I'm doing these replays, I'm like, hey, that person's name looks stupid. So, there we go with that. The Benson and the Cleveland are being very rude right now. But, a little change of throttle. A lot of those shells falling short. A lot of armor doing work and just waiting on reloads, really. Well, such is the life of a Battleship player. No clue what's going on the other end of the map, but someone just died, so that's kind of cool. Killed a Gajimata, so they're down to 1 destroyer. Set another fire on the Nelson, which is very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Especially considering the Nelson is a tier above me, so not complaining. But I also decided, you know what? There's a Cleveland over there. There's a Benson over there. I'd rather not get torpedoed, so I decided, let's turn around. And I mean, my fire's still raging on the Nelson, but the Bismarck takes the final kill. And we got a bit of a traffic jam here. Those shells somehow missed me. But I'm cutting throttle, trying to avoid the Bismarck. He's probably has no idea what I'm doing, but I don't even know if he sees me. And end up to not run into anyone there, which, you know, looking at the minimap when I was about to do that, my thought was, well, this could end very poorly. That Cleveland's almost dead. Hopefully someone else kills him. I assume someone else kills him. There's torpedoes coming behind me. I don't think I ever realized this in the game. I never even looked back. And I decided, you know what? British HE spam is good, but I need to try and at least be opportunistic and use armor piercing to, you know, whenever at the appropriate scenario, you know, close range broadside. Maybe I should try that out, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I recognize the Tirpitz is in torpedo range, so I'm like, yeah, I should probably like try and move away from him. But then this Koenig shows up. I'm like, oh yeah, you're weaker. Yeah, let's shoot at you. And that turned out quite good. Disabled turret did about 7,000 damage. We're racking up the damage, that's for sure. And so I'm kind of moving back, trying to get back to my teammates. We do have a slight ship advantage. I think we have one more ship than they do, so could change any moment now. I see torpedoes going in for the Kuma. I really want to shoot him, but it would not have got the kill. Moderately concerned I was about to get torpedoed by a friendly, but that wasn't it. It did some damage to the Tirpitz, pretty decent. But for some reason I decided to cut back and pop the repair dude, which is very nice. And the Tirpitz is turning away, so I'm like, let's go get him. Reload the high explosives, try and start turning my turrets back around. And the bastard, he did it. Torpedoes. Thought I might have been out of range. Luckily, I didn't take all 4. I survived. You see, this is, I mean, it's a trend. I just love taking excessive amounts of damage way too early in the game and somehow not dying and then finishing the game doing quite well. So that's that. So I think we're even in terms of everything else, except, you know, they have a cap and we don't. So that's not ideal. But I think, you know, with our little formation, our entire fleet really saved that one destroyers over here. This Benson is going to cause problems. But the Tirpitz, he's trying to run away. I could give him British fire cancer at any moment. So that's exactly what I'm going to try and do. And well, he's trying to turn away, which is it's very nice, very funny of him to do that. Someone got high caliber. I think he got high. Yeah, he got high caliber. Of course he did. His secondaries did a lot of work. Also, he did a ton of damage to me. But he's on fire. The more the merrier, right? So a little bit of damage there. Get the rear turrets on him, which I think this is being replaced and not being fixed. There we go. Incapacitated his torpedoes, avenging the many sailors who died with that shellacking he gave me. And oh, this boy thinks he can run. He thinks he can run. He's going to be so clever and dip on the island. He's not showing broadside and blah, blah, blah. Okay, my shells are a little bit off. That's not good. However, see ya.
We sank their
And, you know, I was going to send those just in case, too. We got a Benson. I'm just going to... I think I just decide to just ignore him for the most part. But that Cleveland is somehow still alive. Someone left him alive. Someone just, like... This is why you have to play like I play. If you see someone with low health, I don't care what the matchup is, I don't just kill them. This Cleveland is doing a lot of damage for only having 500 hit points. He's punching above his weight class because he should be, because someone left him alive. Unbelievable. And like I can't even get my turrets on him. I'm trying to tell people to shoot at him. I think someone else ends up finishing him off. But I'm just furious that no one killed him earlier. All this damage I'm taking from his fires is damage that should have been avoided. But now we managed to sink 3 of their ships without losing one of our own. So the game's relatively close to being finished. I mean, you know, it's kind of close, but we're contesting D, but we're capturing A. And I'm like, y'all, we need to capture A. We need to go for C. I recognize, you know, we have a Benson over here. There's a battleship over there. We're a bunch of battleships. We are not equipped to handle the destroyer. Not really. I'm not. I mean, if I had full health, I'd be like, yeah, let's go get the damn Benson. Because, you know, you can eat a couple torpedoes and be just fine. However, at my current state, I've had my dose of torpedoes for a couple games probably worth. So I'm like, you know what? We need to go for C. And I'm going to fight the battleship. So, I think this Nelson breaks off. But we got our Alabama, who has been wrecking shop. Yeah, he's going to go with me to see. And I think the Benson, like, sometimes pops up. And, of course, whenever I look, he's not spotted. And then when I turn away, he gets spotted again. And y'all know how it is. It always seems to be like the world is against you. So, at some point, I'm just like, ignore him. He can catch up to me, but I'm going to focus on capturing C, playing the points game, and then engaging this enemy Lyon at D. So, yeah, someone got themselves an early French battleship. I should probably work on those missions a little bit more. But, of course, I've got the Stellaris press access, which there should be another video going up today for those of you watching this on the day of release. For those of you who are watching this much later, this is all relevant to you. But, yeah, we got the Graf Spey kind of fighting the Lyon. I don't think the Graf is going to survive. So it's probably going to be 3v2. And there's the Benson. And, yeah, I can't hit him. I mean, my turrets aren't even facing the right direction. It's just not going to happen. So, but I am almost in range of this Lyon. So, while I'm playing this game, I'm like, oh, it's a Lion, you know, it's the British battleship. I don't even recognize it's the French ship or whatever, because, you know, I know it's Lyon and not Lion, but, so at Notre Dame, one of the girls' dorms is Lions Hall, Lyons, so, I pronounce Lyon, or, you know, I see Lyon, and I think that sounds like Lion. Lion is a British battleship. No, this is a French battleship right here. I'm just completely unaware as to what I'm looking at. I mean, I know it's a battleship. I should probably kill it. And he's higher tier than me because, well, pretty much everyone in this game is higher tier for me, except for that Koenig, who was in the dirt platoon. But I got a healthy chunk of hit points back thanks to repair parties. And heading in with my Alabama to help capture C. And then we're going to go ahead and engage this French battleship. And the Lyon did end up killing the Graf Spey. The Graf didn't have much of a chance because of the number of just the hit point discrepancy and the tier discrepancy. And, well, he's a cruiser. His armor isn't going to be that great. So, unfortunate for him, but we do have multiple caps. We do have a ship advantage. Our Nelson is trying to duel the Benson. I have no idea how that's turning out, but let's give the Lyon a British welcome. You know, remind him who won the Battle of Trafalgar or something along those lines. So, yep, He's at a weird angle, have to aim a little strangely, but I think he recognizes what he has to do. Although I'm not entirely sure, I don't have much experience myself with them, considering I don't have them yet. But I mean, considering they're quadras, they look like the Dunkirk guns, so lower caliber. Again, this is all just speaking just from speculation. I could easily just go look at the stats and be informed, but what's the fun in that? Blind speculation and just firing from the hip, quite literally. It seems, trying to hit this guy. I don't think he's, you know, the guns are going to struggle against our armor. Meanwhile, I have the British bullshit. And the one thing I completely even missed to say was whenever the Leon shot at me, I, you know, noticed it was armor-piercing shells coming in. I'm like, that's strange. Why would someone in a Lion be firing AP instead of HE, especially when I'm bow on? Well, the answer to that is a Leon, not a Lion. It's a French ship, not a British ship. And somewhere in all this excitement, I didn't realize the Nelson killed the Vincent. So, very nice, great success. Firing more. Those shells are a little too far forward and a little too late. So, our friends end up getting the kill. We end up having a healthy game, mostly focused on capturing and defending. Got a 90k damage, 6 fires. Did get the little Dreadnought award, which is very, very nice. Fourth on my team, not great, not terrible. The last survivor, which I guess is better being, I mean, this Atlanta, how did you only get 50 XP? That's pretty bad. But our damage, we got 21,000 from armor piercing, so I guess that was a good situation to use it. Did some pretty good damage. And the high explosives, though, 44,000, and naturally 23,000 from fires, because British battleships. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, following me on Twitter, and checking out my Patreon page, especially the subscription and the Patreon page, because as of the time of the recording, so yesterday for when you're watching this, the new YouTube monetization policies have gone into effect. So I'm not making money from these videos anymore until I get 1,000 subs, or, you know, we can just say screw YouTube and you can support me directly on Patreon. You get access to a Discord server where you can chat it up with me if you would like, as well as you get depending, I think if depending on what you can get rewards, as well as, like, you know, a one-on-one gaming multiplayer session with me once a month, or like even much more accessible, you can get my release schedule. I don't know why I spent so much time on that, but hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next one, this is Mikey Panzernator signing out. See you, nerds.